So, I read Animal Farm for my outside reading assignment. Animal Farm is the story of an elderly farmer called Old MacDonald. He enjoys caring for his animals and running the estate. He fulfills all types of things around the farm, such as milking cows, collecting eggs, and riding horses. Each night, all the animals declare their passion for their master, proclaiming the ancient song that reads E-I-E-I-O. Wait, I'm 2 minutes in and already getting the story wrong. Animal Farm. Roll the intro.
Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paperboy, evening TV. You miss your old familiar friends, but waiting just around the bend. Everywhere you look, everywhere there's a
Farm, you to farm on. Where you look, everywhere you farm, there's a farm you can farm on. On the animal farm, because your farm is full of animals.
Everywhere you farm.
Yeah, communism.
Farm.
Got farms.
Wherever you farm. So, how did Animal Farm get from this to this?
I mean, I don't know what they're talking about. Everyone seems happy to me. I mean, look at this. I'm kind. It's my pillow. I'm kind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't even know how this happened.
So, what do you think of everything that's going on the farm? Okay. So, Animal Farm is really the story of a number of, animals on a farm who rebel and overthrow their farmer, Mr. Jones.
Get out of here! Get out of here!
After ruthlessly kicking Mr. Jones out, they then go on to run the farm on their own terms, with their own rules, without the humans controlling them. The pigs naturally take over as leaders.
Since we are the pigs, we are the smartest, we will be the leaders.
We will be the leaders!
However, when making their own rules and establishing their own way of life, they discover that their own divisive leadership will lead to their downfall.
The windmills are important. We need them. They're our power source.
We don't need power, we don't need windmills, and we don't need you.
Get her! Go! And never return!
When I first read this book, I honestly thought its only purpose was to make me mad through the constant arguments and conflicts among the animals of the farm. During the time at which I first read Animal Farm, I was in a very different place in my life. We had 5 girls living in our house at the time, and there was already naturally so much conflict. Just imagine a bunch of teenage girls sharing a bathroom, and that will tell you a lot about my life as a freshman.
Please, let me in! I need to get ready for school, please!
This is where your boyfriend cheated on you.
Yeah, and what's the deal with your legs or something?
Can you move? Stop! Please! Stop! Stop! Get to the sink! Stop! Please! Stop! Please!
You guys are so weird.
Please! Stop!
The last thing I wanted to do was pick up a book full of conflict after conflict and be forced to read it in my free time after school, as well as discuss it at school. The book was full of arguments, revolts, and destruction, and I found that none of these events had a clear resolution. It even ended with the scene of the seemingly good characters acting just as corrupt as the people who once abused them.
So, Jones, that's mighty funny that we're in this situation now. Seeing as I own your old farm. Hey, you're not supposed to see this!
This book and ending gave me no source of hope. I found it extremely negative and depressing. When rereading this novel, I wanted to let myself see it in a different light. This time around, I found myself being very drawn in and captivated by the book's plotline and characters. I had a lot more sympathy for these characters this time around because I was able to pick up on two of Orwell's most central literary elements included in this text: allegory and symbolism. All of the animals actually represented someone or a group of people or something involved in the Russian Revolution. Knowing this fact, I learned so much more when reading this a second time. It made me want to research the revolution so I could understand what exactly Orwell was saying. Orwell made use of satire, dramatic irony, and exaggeration throughout Animal Farm as well, to teach readers that what was happening in society was honestly stupid and it should be made fun of. He wanted readers to know and to recognize blatantly and clearly in front of their faces that society needed to change, and he used these literary devices to do that. Another thing I found interesting throughout this experience was trying to figure out what Orwell's intentions were with the novel. Now that I'm able to look at it with a broader and more educated perspective, I believe that he intended to send a message of warning to governments and societies of all kinds. He wanted to warn people to use their voices to stop oppressive rule, and he did this by showing a prime example of what not to do. His story contained an oppressive rule gone wrong to the extreme because it was not checked and balanced. This warning was meant not just for the people under the Russian totalitarian regime, but for every government in the near and far future. I believe that this is a primary reason why Animal Farm is considered classical literature. It contains a message that is applicable today as well as yesterday and tomorrow. One of my favorite quotes that especially relates to this is by George Santayana, which reads, "Those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it." Animal Farm leaves a lasting impression upon readers of a moment in history that is vital to be learned from. So there you have it, Animal Farm in a nutshell.